Hey guys,
This is Jeopardy!
I'm your host Fernando Bateta, and this is part 2 of episode 1 of Wine Jeopardy. You were here yesterday, you saw the first part, so we're going to quickly go over the categories again, and we have Loire Valley, grapes that begin with the letter M, wines that are red, 3 Michelin restaurants, blind tasting where I read some notes and you try to guess the wine, and German wine regions. All right, so what we picked up yesterday,
First round,
let's
the Jeopardy round.
go with blind tasting for 200. This high acid with low alcohol wine is off dry and it has petrol aromas. It's a kind of clear tennis ball, rubber hose notes. What is Riesling is the correct answer. All right, let's do blind tasting for 300. Let's get all of these out of the way. It's often confused with Albarino. White pepper is a marker. It's kind of funny because white pepper is not very common even in cuisine, but in a wine it has a particular smell. This is a classic wine confused with Pinot Grigio as well. Let's go to the response. And it is what is Gruner Veltliner. Gruner Veltliner is from Austria. It's delicious semi-aromatic grape. Blind tasting for 400. Jammy, full-bodied, fruit-forward, spicy with diminished acidity. All right, this is a red wine. So any clues here? I think that the spiciness and the fruit-forwardness takes us to what is Zinfandel. Zinfandel is heavily planted in California, but it's originally from Europe, mostly Croatia DNA, and it can be kind of fruit forward and jammy, but it can also be made in really unique, pretty styles. Let's do blind tasting for 500. Dill, coconut, tart red fruits are giveaways. Okay. I think the dill is a key marker for this wine. Whenever you hear it, people think of what is Rioja. I mean, Tempranillo would also be a correct answer, but Rioja is the category, especially with the oak, American oak on there, coconut. Okay, let's do German regions for 200. This is most famous for Silvaner-based wines. If you like German wines, you know that Silvaner is another grape besides Riesling. What is Franken? Franken around the city of Würzburg. They make delicious Silvaner-based wines. Let's do German regions for 300. Joseph Leitz makes wines along the Rhine River here. If you don't know Joseph Leitz, he's the talented winemaker who makes age-worthy and even approachable Rieslings. And this is from the region of Rheingau. Beautiful Rheingau. Been there several times and I'm always impressed. German regions for 400. This region is protected from the hot mountains to the west. It gives you that rain shadow effect. It's quite warm. Let's go to the response. What is Pfalz? So that's true. Yeah, the Pfalz is a region that is fairly warm, quite a little extension of Alsace. The Heart Mountains in France would be the Vosges. Let's do German regions for 500. A warm southwest region producing excellent Pinot Noir, right? So most people think that only white wines are made in Germany, and they're totally false. There are some delicious red growing regions. Let's go to the response here. What is Baden? Yes, Baden is in the southwest, and it's very sunny. You can get a lot of sunshine. Let's do 3-star restaurants for 300. The head chef of the Fat Duck. Right? If you're a culinary foodie, you must have heard of this famous restaurant in England. And then who is Heston Blumenthal? He's a chef. 3-star restaurants for 400. The only 3-star restaurant in Chicago. All right, come on, gotta hit it up for our local restaurants. Very famous. And the answer is, what is Alinea? Sending our love to those guys and the entire group. 3-star restaurants for 500. Awarded in 1989, Juan Marie and Elena have run this restaurant in San Sebastian, one of the classics. What is Arzak? Spain has quite a few 3-star. Stew Loire Valley for 200. Another name for Cabernet Franc in the Loire Valley. Cabernet Franc, what is Breton? Yes. Loire Valley for 300. Wines labeled Vouvray Demi-Sec are this style. The question here is, what is Demi-Sec? What is off-dry? Correct. Off-dry wine, Demi-Sec meaning a little bit sweet. Loire Valley for 400. This ocean moderates the Pays Nantais. Right? Nantes, around the city of Nantes, is the lower area. It's all the way to the west. So one ocean could be, and the correct answer is, what is the Atlantic? Loire Valley for 500. A term for wines that are aged for extended time on the lees. Loire Valley. A lot of wines around the world may have this term, but in the region of Muscadet, you will see Sur-Lie on there, and that is required by law, time aging. Let's do grapes that begin with M for 200. Known as Monastrell in the region of Jumilla, Spain. This grape is called Mourvedre in France. Also Mataro in Australia. Grapes that begin with M for 300. Produces a dark purple wine from vineyards in the Andes. You must be familiar with this. What is Malbec? Yeah, Malbec's grown at very high altitude. It gets darker. Grapes that begin with M for 400. Grown in South America under names Criolla and País. So this grape is quite famous. Also planted in California. It is the Mission grape. Grapes that begin with M for 500. An aromatic noble grape in Alsace. You don't know the Alsace has a few grapes that they consider noble, and the one with M, go to the response. What is Muscat? Muscat Altanel or Muscat Petit Grand would be the two. Wines that are red for 300. A cross of Pinot Noir and Sanso. I joke a lot that this wine smells like farts. Sorry to say, but what is Pinotage? Haha. Yes, this is a grape, always red. You see, wines that are red for 400. August Clapp is a top producer in this AOC. August Clapp, I don't know if I misspelled that, but August Clapp is a producer in this red wine only appellation. What is Cornas? And wines that are red for 500. Marketed as Bull's Blood, this wine is Franco's based. Another hint here that this wine is from Hungary. It is called Egri Bikaver. Yep. Legend and lore says that the Hungarians drank a ton of this wine before the invading armies came, and their beers were stained with red, so it looks like bull's blood. So, final Jeopardy! We are going to hit the next question. A French term in winemaking that stirs lees in the barrel. Alright, I'm going to give you a second now to give you the answer. The correct answer is bâtonnage. So, everyone, hope you enjoyed the part 2 of the episode 1. It's a little longer than yesterday's, and to keep these a little bit shorter. If you have any questions, I want to do this one live and see if I can get a few people to volunteer and do a Instagram live chat before, so they can play along and we can actually test your knowledge. So everybody, thanks again. Hope you're staying well, and we'll see you for the next episode.